All right, y'all. So I think that's a pretty good, you know what I'm saying, straightforward view. I'll do it again if I need to. But um, so excuse me. But all right. So if you look at a practice number A 120, about the tempo right there. So we're gonna start with the first measure. So the first measure, right? Just plain simple 8 notes with accents on the 1 and the 2, 1 and 2 and then these are 6 tuplets. So if you count through the 6 tuplets, but first measure goes like this. Easy enough, right? Now this second measure, paradiddles. Paradiddles are all over this exercise. So make sure, like, it's really a paradiddle exercise. So make sure you're getting on that. So that first measure again, second measure. So break this down. That first beat, paradiddle. All right, just paradiddle. All right, and you do that again. So right, and then the third beat, which is a paradiddle diddle into a paradiddle. All right, so paradiddle diddle paradiddle. Okay, so make sure you have your paradiddles and paradiddle diddles right. Or once you get it up to that speed, you can play this exercise or paradiddle diddles, or make sure you can go off your right and your left. All right, so that was that second measure. So the second measure again, that's that second measure. All right, now the third measure, you're gonna do the same thing you did for the first measure, but you're gonna do it off your left hand. So here's the first measure again. Here's the second measure. The third measure. Right? All right, so go on, move to the fourth measure. Don't wanna, you know what I'm saying, take too long. Fourth measure. Now I did not write sticking for that last thing, but you're gonna do the same thing you did for the second measure, but it's gonna be all based on left paradiddle. So it's paradiddle, paradiddle. Okay, so paradiddle, 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 diddle, paradiddle. Okay, that's that rest. That's the fourth measure. So go back to the first measure. Go first measure. Do all of practice A and stop at B. And that's that four measure. That's that first four measure, A to B. All right, going on to B, practice B. What we're gonna do here is it's all 6 tuplets. So like I said it. Okay, so that's really all it is. So here we go. The fifth measure we're gonna do. As you see, we got paradiddles and paradiddle diddles. All right, so the first 6 tuplet is gonna be a paradiddle diddle. The second one is a paradiddle diddle too. But all right, so these last two 6 tuplets is paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Okay, so the whole measure. So make sure you have that passage. Okay, sorry for the mistake. Okay, so this the sixth measure, you're gonna do the same thing you did in the previous measure, but you're gonna do it off your left hand. Okay, so my fault. All right, so 2 paradiddles, and then you're gonna do left paradiddle, right paradiddle, left paradiddle. Okay, so paradiddle, diddle, paradiddle, diddle. And then if you take out everything, just do the skeleton. What it is. Okay, so paradiddle, diddle, paradiddle, diddle, paradiddle. Okay, and that's just do the skeleton. So just to get that accent pattern. So them two measures put together. And that's B. So if you go from the top to C, okay, so just make sure you have that, you keep constant 6 tuplets, because you can play the same thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure it's just steady all the way through. So if we move on to practice C, right here is really the tricky part. This is really where the tricky part happens. So for the 7th measure, which is practice C, you have a paradiddle diddle, right? And then you have, this is going to be changed. You got to get your hand speed ready for the change from 6 tuplet to 16th notes. So, okay, and then the same thing, but off the left hand. And I'm doing the right paradiddle diddle, right, left paradiddle diddle, left, okay? So I'll play that. Okay, so in measure 8, you have a paradiddle, 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 diddle, left shot. So paradiddle, 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 diddle. This was your shot. Okay, so all that together. Okay, and then if you play 7 and 8 together. Okay, so at tempo. All right, move on to measure 9. So right here is where all the accents really kick in. So it's, okay, that's measure 9. But right here is putter. So putter. And right here, when you have the third beat, on the third beat and that third 6 tuplet, you have inverse putter. So da-da puzz, you have da-da puzz right here. Right at the end of that phrase, on the last 6 tuplet, you have a diddle. You have a diddle to keep it on that transition. So okay, so that whole measure, I do it slower. Okay, and that's the 9th measure. Moving on to the 10th measure. Moving on to the 10th measure. We have same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing all around. So do the same thing. Okay, same thing for measure 10. So if I play practice C to D, that's what it sounds like. Do it slower. Okay, that's practice C. If you go from the top to D, this is what it sounds like. I do under tempo, and then I do it at tempo. I do that tempo now. Okay, messed up, but it's okay. So go to D. If we go to D right here, this is where it kind of really grooves. It's not fully on beat because it doesn't land fully on the one. So if I go to measure 10 to 11, I'll just show you how like it kind of changed. Well, actually, I go 9 to 12 to measure 12. So. You see how it kind of changed on us. So let's start at D. Practice D. So you have putter da. Then you have right. So putter da. 2 taps. Tap on your right hand. So putter da. Then you have another putter da. Left. But on your left hand. So we have two different kind of patterns here. We have right, and then we have right. So okay, so that's basically what all this is. So you're gonna do okay. All right, so if we go from D, go to D, so we're going to do measure 11 first. That was measure 11, go to measure 12. Okay, so if you do all that together. Okay, and then that measure 13 you have, and you want to push through that because it's tempo. Now, since we in like a 6 tuplet or whatnot, it kind of, the tempo is already at like that kind of, it's already there, but you really don't feel it until you actually hit that. Cause that 8th note kind of feel like that 6 tuplet that we already been in. You know what I'm saying? So if I come off of it. It didn't feel like a difference, but if you stayed in the same tempo as a 6 tuplet, it would have been like this. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you go into that tempo, that tempo change. Watch the tempo change. So okay, and then on this on that right, so you're gonna do a stick trick right here. I really don't know what it's called. I've been trying, but I don't know what it's called. But basically what you're doing, I'm pretty y'all already know this. I know Daniel does. But anyway, basically what you're doing is boom. Make sure it's coming around the fingers, grabbing it. Coming around the fingers. You gotta practice a couple times to get it. Coming around the fingers, grabbing it. Coming around the fingers, grabbing it. It's basically all you're doing. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna do it on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and bring your stick up on 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you see that? So measure what? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17. When we come back in with the flams, if you could see that first flam is with a back stick. So okay. And then you have right, left, katum. Okay, so you're gonna do right flam with the back stick, and then you're gonna make sure you have this so you can come back with the left flam. Make sure you get that up. So, and I want the accents to be okay? Okay, make sure it's there. All right, so if you put, if you go from measure 13 to the end, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's what I want. So go from practice D. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's the whole shebang. Just make sure you have steady 16 notes, and I'll do the full thing at tempo now. Two, three, four.